What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to the Minnesota Timberwolves rebuild. This is episode 2, opening night. Real quick intro. I'm a bit messed up from my allergies today, so all the videos that I record, I won't be on camera. I really don't even like the way I sound, so I don't even want to be talking, but I know I have to get you guys this content because you've been really, really excited and eager to get this series going, which I appreciate. But for the next couple of episodes, I won't be on camera. I'm just putting that out there because I know a lot of you guys like to see me on camera. I don't blame you. But no, I won't be on camera for the next episode. Just got to get my allergies together. My nasal, you can hear, is super congested. If you have allergies, you know what I'm going through. It's just that season and that time where this happens. I wanted to test this anyway because I personally like sports series where the content creator isn't on the camera. Sometimes it can be a distraction. So I wanted to test this out anyway, and I'm kind of happy I have an excuse to test these waters and see how you guys like it and how it comes out. And then secondly, before I let you guys get started on episode 2, I want to, as a community and as a collective, find a format for gameplay and simulating and all of the other stuff, because I want everybody to kind of get what they come for. You know what I mean? I know a lot of you guys praise me on my rebuild method because I go step by step. I know a lot of you guys love gameplay and want to see the games played. I agree. I think that's very important so that you guys can get a personal connection with some of these players the same way you do with your real team in real life. A lot of people who are fans of teams, they have personal connections with certain players on each team that may not be the star player, but because you watch, you're like, man, I love the way that guy hustles, or I think he's going to be big, and I want the same thing throughout this series. And the way to get that is to see the gameplay, so you guys can really see who's doing what out there. And I want to find a format that allows us to get enough gameplay, but enough of the other stuff so everybody is pleased. I obviously won't play 82 games, but I also don't want to just play 2 games and then by episode 3 we're already at the draft. So please, in the comments, let me know some formats. Come together. This shouldn't be an argumentative thing or a debate or discussion. Let's all come together as a collective and as a community to find a balanced method and schedule so everybody can get what they want. And again, man, I appreciate you guys. Like I said, y'all been really, really eager, really excited. I'm excited. I've been doing this for a few years, so I know when it's going to be fun and entertaining. And the more I'm into it, the more better the content is going to be. And I've been having a blast already in these first 2 episodes. But without further ado, this is episode 2, opening night. Let's get it. Game 1, opening night, Minnesota Timberwolves against the Houston Rockets. Listen, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to present the gameplay clips. I felt like in the last series I did with the Orlando Magic, I did a little too much. Some of those gameplay episodes turned into 25, 30-minute own episodes of their own. I want to minimize it a bit, slim it down so that we can incorporate the gameplay into full-blown episodes. So let me know in the comments how y'all would like to receive the gameplay. Do you want to just see the highlights that 2K picks out? Do you want me to find plays of my own? Do you care about just the buckets we're getting, like this slam dunk from Karl Anthony Towns? Do you want to see in-between stuff, halftime show? Do you want to see the other team? If you just want to see the big best plays, let me know so I can fine-tune it for you guys and polish it up. But out the gate, Naz Reid came off the bench, gave us a much-needed boost. As you saw, we were down 3, 14-11 after the first few minutes of the game. Real slow start for us. Kevin Porter Jr. exposing that interior defense that we have to improve on. Towns struggled like in the first quarter. I don't want to say struggled, but Christian Wood and Daniel Tice definitely had them going up soft a few times. He got a shot blocked a few times by them. After the first, we trailed 25-20. Eric Gordon, magnificent start. I don't think the man missed in the first quarter, which really surprised us. We already had a slow start, came out super casual, a lot of missed shots on our end, and on top of that, Eric Gordon decided to play like he was 22 again. Starting the second quarter, though, Towns out the gate again. Nobody can really stop him on the inside on the Houston Rockets. And Malik Beasley getting out and scoring in transition. Going to need a lot of that from him. He's got to be our microwave instant impact guy off the bench. And going into the half, we clean up the second quarter and we take a 7-point lead, 49-42. Like I said, Towns definitely didn't struggle, though he did get a shot blocked a few times. He led us with 14 points, 7 rebounds, 2 blocks, and I think he had 4 steals as well. We really needed all of the plays that he made first half on the offensive side of the basketball. And if he can continue to give us that defensive impact as well, we're going to be a really, really good team. I think we'll be better than I expect. But as you can see right here, again, Eric Gordon, magnificent first quarter. Slowed him down a bit in the second quarter. 3 steals, 14 points for Towns, 4 steals and 2 blocks. Really, really carried us through that quiet, slow start that we had with our perimeter scoring. As you can see, again, nobody on the Rockets can stop him on the inside. Couple casual passes and turnovers. Had 3 turnovers, I believe, to 1 assist. Definitely want to clean that up. But as far as his offensive shot selection and his impact there at scoring the ball, there was really no answer for him in the first half. And I think it can be like that a lot this year. So we definitely have to run things through him. Pretty even stat-wise. We shot the ball a little better than them. Same rebounds. We had 1 more assist, same amount of steals. But we did have 4 more blocks. And I think I was really proud of the way we protected the basketball, the basket in the first half and overall this game. Another great start from Cat out of the gate from halftime. Then we have this incredible play where D'Lo rewards his big man for running the floor, and Towns is able to cock back with a tomahawk dunk, to ignite the crowd in Minnesota and get everybody riled up. Then Malik Beasley with another dunk after his first half transition dunk. An incredible third quarter for us. Now we're playing like the team that I expected us to look like in that first quarter out of the gate. And we take a 13-point lead, 87-74. And you can see Towns just unstoppable in the interior against the Houston Rockets. And I put this in here. I don't know how many people watch Cat, but if you do watch him in real life, he always does this side-eye thing right here that he just did on 2K. And I thought that was cool that they add that. I don't think that's a coincidence. Assist of the night, Towns with the and 1 over John Wall. D'Lo getting in transition, finishing through the contact to convert an and 1 of his own. This is where D'Lo kind of flipped the switch and started looking for his own shots. We got Karl-Anthony Towns running the floor again. D'Lo assisting him one more time for another and 1. That connection is going to be deadly all year. It's time for them to become exciting, electric duo of themselves in the league, where a lot of duos exist. Towns flexing, letting everybody know in Minnesota we here as we take a 20-point lead. Big Cat. Let's go. Anthony Edwards, slow start for him, but boom, over Daniel Tice. He wakes up himself and the rest of Minnesota with that dunk. D'Lo and Cat kind of switch roles right there where Cat finds him for the 3. Like I said, D'Lo started scoring here. And there's one slight highlight for the Rockets. That was tough. Jalen Green dunks over Anthony Edwards and D'Lo. But Anthony Edwards comes right back, aggressively gets an and 1 finish of his own. And like I said, that's where he started to turn up and score the ball himself. There we have a 25-point lead. Karl-Anthony Towns, player of the game. You can see right here how he feasted on the Rockets' interior defense all night. Dunking on everybody. Christian Wood, Daniel Tice, y'all all can get it. Blocking shots, rim protection. Boom, another one over Christian Wood. Just unstoppable, man. Just unstoppable. We finished with a 20-point win. And one of my favorite things to do is hold a team under 100. Even though we only did it by 1 point, it's still an accomplishment that I love to do. And if we can play great defense the way we did, or at least try, the effort was there. I know it's just the Rockets, but I am excited with that start. And again, it's important that we start off on a high note and don't have to play catch up in the standings out west, because it's going to be very, very tough. D'Lo, 22, 6, and 10. Really impressed with him the most because he was a floor general and then he was able to get his shots later. I think that's going to be a big thing for him is helping others get theirs, especially when we start off slow like we did today, but also finding a way to be aggressive because D'Lo can be a scorer. And he's going to need to be one of our top scorers to help Cat in that department. As you can see, team effort, a lot of great players from a lot of great guys. Super excited with this start. And we telling the league that we are here. So, after the opening night victory, here are the numbers. Karl-Anthony Towns with an incredible opening night performance. 34 points, 13 rebounds, an assist, 4 steals, and 2 blocks in only 28 minutes. Now, 3 turnovers is a bit much considering the fact that he only had 1 assist. But what I will say is the 4 steals and 2 blocks is a really good start to the season. That's the type of defensive impact that we want to see from Cat. We all know what he can do offensively. The 34 and 13 probably can damn near average close to that, but it's going to be on this other end that's going to be significant for us. 14 to 26, 1 of 3 from 3, no misses at the free throw line, which is also another crucial thing. I want our guys to be able to make those foul shots when it matter, and when we go all the way down at the bottom, you see we went 17 of 18. D'Angelo Russell flirted with a triple-double, played the most minutes, was a real floor general in my opinion in that first game. 22, 6, and 10, 2 steals and a block, 2 turnovers. I love the ratio. So for 10 assists, 2 turnovers is magnificent. 50% from the field, 50% from 3, and made all of his free throws as well, and actually got to the line. The thing I was most impressed with overall is I was able to get others going early, which I think is going to be key for him. And then I was able to flip the switch in the second half and get more aggressive with him as far as looking for his own shot. And I think it really helped us break away from the Rockets. Anthony Edwards, 30-minute game, 20 points. The first half, he really struggled. It was tough to get him shots that were clean, so I started to force it a little bit with step backs and contested shots. Second half, way more controlled. 20 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, no turnovers, 3 of 7 from 3, 7 of 18. But again, that first half was a lot of forcing. But then once he got going, had the dunk on Daniel Tice, that really got him elevated. And I like this perimeter defense for the most part. Malik Beasley off the bench with 16 points. Kind of like Anthony Edwards in the first half. Missed a lot of threes. 2 of 7, as you can see. But then as the second half came and he was more under control in that second half, 3 assists is nice for him. He even had a block, 1 turnover, 50% from the field. I'm going to say he's going to shoot it better. He's probably going to be our best shooter, our most lethal shooter. And I like the way he responded. Only 26 minutes from him. A lot of guys played less minutes than they usually would just because the score discrepancy. Let some of the guys at the end get some minutes. Taurean Prince, loved the way he played. 2 of 2, 2 corner threes. Made them both. Made his free throws. Solid defense, 2 steals. Really a prime example of exactly what we're going to expect from him from a game-by-game basis. Play solid defense. When opportunities come in transition, you hit the corners. I think we went over everybody's badges, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, he has catch and shoot. So perfect. Just D up, hit those corners, be ready to catch and shoot, and when your opportunity comes, knock them down. Not going to have too many crazy plays ran for him or anything, but as long as he can get out in transition and make some corner threes, maybe get a layup or some dunks, and then when he gets to the free throw line, convert, he'll be all right. Jayden McDaniels, tough shooting night, 2 for 8 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, but 2 blocks and a steal. Exactly the type of impact and the numbers we want to see from him. Like, I am expecting him to average these type of numbers. Like, Cat had 4 steals, 2 blocks. That's great. I can't say that I'm expecting Cat to average those numbers, but I am definitely expecting Jayden McDaniels to average close to 2 steals and a block or 2 blocks and a steal, one way or another. The scoring is going to be a lot more better. Still trying to figure out how to get him shots because we do have D'Lo, Anthony Edwards, Towns to get involved. So we're just trying to find Jayden McDaniels some opportunity. You know what I mean? I know he has a skill set that he can create a shot during different times. I'm still figuring out the rotations completely. Might try to put him in with the second unit so he can have a little bit more wiggle room because I know it's going to be hard for him to get some shots and opportunities in that starting lineup with Towns, Russell, and Edwards. Naz Reid off the bench was incredible. 9 rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds. That's how he scored his points. 0 for 1 from 3. Block shot, a steal. A lot of energy off that bench. A lot of energy. And he is going to be so crucial and important because if Karl-Anthony Towns ever gets in foul trouble super bad, he's going to be the one that's coming off the bench and has to hold the paint down. And I think he did a really good job of rebounding and giving us some rim protection. And he can play a little similar to Towns in the fact that he has some stretch ability to space the floor and be a respectable outside shooter. And I just love the way he attacked the offensive glass. The 3-point shot, as you can see right there, is 77, 70 mid-range, 88 close shot. I think the block is around 80 or in the early 80s. And it is, 84. Interior defense is 77. So he's a prototypical backup center for Cat that I think it won't be too much of a drop-off as far as how we play if Cat ever were to get in foul trouble. And we have to expect that with Cat playing the center position. Then the rest of the guys, all of these other guys like Josh Okogie, I'm going to be real, I'm not the biggest fan of Josh Okogie on our roster. 6'4", small forward, power forward, just not ideal. Doesn't shoot the three too crazy. I think it's like a 69. So he's lacking size, lacking outside shooting. Definitely not going to have opportunity to create his own shot. That's not even his game. So it's really not much I can do with him. So I do think he's going to be a guy that's going to be available. Don't know his value, can't expect too much, but I do know when trades, start to come up and we start to look that route, he's going to be a name that we're going to try to make sure we trade. And also, he's probably on the last year of his deal, if I'm not mistaken. And that would be good to just move on from that. Yeah, he's on the last year of his deal, $4 million salary, only 23 years old. So maybe we can push him over somewhere, maybe get a veteran wing or just somebody that will impact the game more to our style and what we're trying to do with our wings. He did hit a corner three on a fast break in transition, which was good to see. He made some free throws, super aggressive, but I definitely think that we would like an upgrade as far as a wing off the bench. Jared Vanderbilt, 2 points, 7 rebounds, 3 blocks and a steal. This is what he does. He's going to be super, super key. 18 minutes off that bench, rebounding, defending, and just running the floor. 2 points. He got a nice little layup. More of those opportunities are going to be there for him. And I just like the way that he came in and impacted, with rim protection. So if he's getting minutes with Karl-Anthony Towns, I feel confident with him being able to protect the rim, give us some backside help defense. And it's all about his offense catching up to Jayden Mcdaniels for him to compete for that starting spot. Jayden McDaniels right now is in the lead. I love the way he played. I like him backing up Jayden McDaniels. I have no problem with that. There may be some instances where they play together. Jayden McDaniels moves to the 3. He plays the 4. Cat at the 5. Naz Reid at the 5. We're gonna change it up a bit and just see how everything can rock. But I will say I think he's going to be a fan favorite from a few of you guys. Jared Vanderbilt can really, really play and does the small things that's going to be very key for a team like us, a young team trying to compete for a play-in playoff spot. Pat Beverly, nothing crazy off the bench. 16 minutes, just came in and was steady, held it down. Again, not too many shots are going to be there for him because even when he plays in the second unit, he's playing with a Malik Beasley. Anthony Edwards has some second unit minutes. He's playing with guys that we're going to run through more, and obviously we're not looking for Patrick Beverly's offense. He did a good job pressuring the ball because John Wall, as we'll see in a minute, was a menace as far as attacking us downhill. 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Definitely got to cut down on the turnovers. But again, first game, a lot of different stuff going on, so it's no big deal. And then Leandro Bomero, 1 rebound, 0-1 for 1 shot, and he had 1 turnover. Only 6 minutes. Tried to give him some garbage time minutes. But again, if we can make a move or if he continues to prove himself in those crunch times that he deserves more minutes, it'll be nothing to give him minutes from Josh Okogie's 9, so he can be playing at least 15 minutes a game or something. But he just has to earn it at this point because we do have some wings that offer a little bit more at this point. But I did like the way he played. I do, in the next couple of games, want to experiment with him maybe running some big point guard minutes. Didn't get a chance to do that because Patrick Beverly is the first point guard off the bench. And then we also wanted to give Jordan McLaughlin just a little bit of time. 1 turnover in 2 minutes, nothing crazy. Real quick, spent a lot of time on our team, which is always going to be the emphasis after these games with the stats. But just real quick with the Rockets, John Wall was incredible. 0 for 5 from 3. He took a lot of threes, but as far as getting downhill, he was a problem. You know what I mean? He had a lot of attacks, and our guards really couldn't stay in front of him. He was really faster than D'Lo, and then he was much stronger than Patrick Beverly. And the game was never too close for me to put other guys on him, but I do want to down the line, if we have troubles like that again, experiment with maybe trying to put Jayden McDaniels' length on a guard, maybe Taurean Prince with his length. So we'll see. But John Wall was really, really good. We did force him to have 6 turnovers, though. Eric Gordon had a good first half. shot 50% from the field and from three. But in the second half, Anthony Edwards used his size to really get up on him and roughen him up a little bit to keep him limited. Christian Wood was okay. He did block a couple of shots. Only one, but him and Tice was really blocking a lot of catch shots and forcing him to take some very soft attempts at the rim. Kevin Porter Jr. was nice. Of course, he had the dunk we saw. And other than that, Jalen Green, 3 of 12, 1 for 6. I think we did a good job on him. He had the one highlight dunk over D'Lo and Anthony Edwards. But other than that, we kind of held other guys in check. They rebounded the ball very well, and we forced them to have more turnovers than us. We out-rebounded them. We had more assists, and we caused them to have 14 turnovers to our 12, and we also blocked 10 of their shots to our 4. So we kind of won in every category. If we're holding teams to 5 out of 23 from 3, we're going to be very successful. But that's how opening night went. Our next game is October 23rd against the Pelicans. We played them 2 times. I think that's going to be a bit of a more challenging team just because they have a lot more to work with. Their starting lineup is going to be Devontae Graham, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Ingram, Zion, and Valanciunas. That's a much more competitive lineup than what the Rockets had to offer. This is a team I think that's going to be competitive with us in the standings as far as trying to get that 10th spot to eventually try to, play in into the playoffs. So we're going to have to prepare for them and make sure we come with it defensively. Couple other things that I want to go over since the episode 1. As far as our staff, we made some additions. We hired a shot doctor, Trent Peterson. They suggested that we hire a shot doctor for our perimeter shooting. We got Pablo Prigioni as our perimeter D coach, and then our wing whisperer is Micah Nori. We also went out and hired a scout. And for those of you that don't know, Chris Schneid is the guy who does my sliders. Sim Gaming Network, Schneid 1. So I thought a fun thing to do was to add him into the series because he's a big help, a guy that I truly appreciate. As far as the input that he does and he gives me on a day-by-day basis to make sure we have the most realistic rebuild and the most challenging, but nothing too hard where it's not fun, but challenging enough to keep me going and keep it challenging so that it doesn't become too easy. So shout out to my boy Schneid. He's our domestic scout. He's going to be doing a lot of scouting to make sure that when the draft comes around, we find some gems. We also got a foreign scout, Perry Slaughter. And then we got some sports medicine people. We got a strength trainer. And then we also got a physio who is going to help us a lot. So those are some additions that we made. We also did a little bit of mentorship for some of our players. Just to let y'all see some of those. We have Anthony Edwards being mentored by Patrick Beverly. The reason this is because I want Anthony Edwards to get some of these enforcer catch and shoot and then pickpocket. Like if Anthony Edwards can get the pickpocket badge, the enforcer badge, the catch and shoot, those are all lethal badges that could help him take his game to another level. He's going to progress and develop as the years go on, but we have to make sure that he's a two-way wing and guard and not just a scorer that we know he's going to be. We also went out and they went away. So we had a couple other guys. I had Jayden McDaniels getting mentored by Josh Okogie, I believe, or Jared Vanderbilt. Just mismatching these guys, trying to give them as many badges as we can. For some reason, it didn't save, so we're going to have to redo those on another time. And a couple of things or a couple of players we're eyeing, because I know this is the most exciting part for everybody. So I decided to keep this for last. Yes, we are going to eye Ben Simmons. I can't make any promises. I saw people in the comments saying, man, I would love if P got his evil twin, Ben Simmons, and whatnot. Like I said, we'll try. But right now, I'm more focused on continuing to play with the guys we have, get a feel for everybody to really figure out what we need or what route we should go. But Ben Simmons is definitely a guy on our target list. Pascal Siakam is going on our target list. And then I also went out and got Kyle Anderson, a guy that's a defensive wing who can do a lot of different things, and somebody that I think can complement the guys that we have. A versatile forward, play 3-4, can pass, knock down some shots. I want to know exactly his three-point overall really quick while I'm with you guys. Yeah, 83, 87 mid-range, 94 close shot. As far as defensive attributes, we're talking about a guy, shout out to D Mills, with a perimeter defensive 79, steal is a 63, block is a 67. So defensive rebound 75, lateral quickness 80. That was impressive to see. Help defenses up. So defensively, he's very, very versatile across the board. He has size at 6'9". He can play either forward position, can knock down some shots, make some passes. He is probably the most realistic guy because the asking price for him may not be sky high. 11 badges is also nice. Unstrippable, slithery finisher, pro touch, teardropper, playmaking bullet passer, post playmaker, break starter, glue hands, space creator, unpluckable. This will be a guy that can relieve some pressure off of D'Lo and can turn D'Lo into a scorer at times throughout the game. You know, if Kyle Anderson gets the rebound, we can let him keep it, initiate offense. Now we can get D'Lo into some off-ball sets, screens, and down screens and whatnot, flares, and that can open up a lot to our offense and off-ball pass. Because right now, when you think about the fours that we have, Jared Vanderbilt doesn't have that ability as far as the playmaking attributes that Kyle Anderson has or the badges, and same thing with Jayden McDaniels. So it forces D'Lo to be an actual point guard throughout stretches of the game, and he's going to have to figure out how to handle both responsibilities of being that floor general, but then also pressing that button to turn into a lethal scorer that he can be. He did a really good job the first game. I don't want to take anything away from D'Lo, but it was against the Rockets. We're going to need that type of performance on a game-by-game basis. 22, 6, and 10 on 50% shooting from 3 and from the field is super ideal. But the question is going to remain, can he do that against high-level competition? So, yeah, Kyle Anderson is going to be a name that we'll look at. And just out of curiosity for myself and for y'all before I end this, I do want to see what their asking price would be. I believe if I ask for Ben, the Sixers would say there's no trades available. But they would, oh, wow, the Grizzlies are asking for Anthony Edwards. We got a trade where they're asking for Patrick Beverley. That's not the most realistic trade because they had Patrick Beverley and cut him, so I wouldn't give him back. They're also asking for a first-round pick that's lottery protected. He's on the last year of his deal as well, so even if we couldn't trade him, he could be somebody that we target for in the offseason. Yep, no player option. And then the same thing for Pascal Siakam, just out of curiosity, because both guys have a lower overall than Ben. Pascal's making $33 million, so we're going to have to, not ideal asking price being Karl-Anthony Towns, D'Angelo Russell, or Anthony Edwards. We got to find, that's the hard part about the Ben Simmons and Pascal thing, is that because they make $33 million and they're some of the top players on the team, the asking price is going to be crazy, a little bit ridiculous. So Kyle Anderson may be the most realistic guy to go out and get. But yeah, episode 2, opening night, we're 1-0, looking to get more wins, make a playoff push, keep Karl-Anthony Towns in a position to be in that MVP race, already off to a great start. Take a look at those averages one more time. 30, 34, 13, 4 steals, 2 blocks. This is episode 2, opening night. I'm Pee Wee the Plug. Minnesota Timberwolves rebuild. We are out.